many songs. When I look at you, and all I can see is the shadow of your life. The stage is a mirror. You can see me, but I can't see past its light. Others have tried to reach down inside. I always said that they were wrong, but all I've got left is me and my pride. I realize you can't buy love with a song. Somebody take me out of the night. Show me what life is made of. Won't somebody reach inside of my heart? I think that I'm ready to love. I think that I'm ready to love. Feels like I'm ready to love. Your eyes, they sang the same old song. How could I have been so wrong? I've twisted off to fantasy. Oh, 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 don't nobody bother me. Down past an old shack on a road that goes to nowhere. Ain't nobody coming back. We can go there tonight. We can talk until dawn, or maybe something else. I'll leave the radio on. The radio no one to hear. You might as well scream, 'cause they never woke up from the American dream. And they don't understand, they don't see, and they look through you, and they look past me. Oh, you and I dancing slow, we got nowhere to go. Past the Walmart and the prison, down by old VA, just my jeans and my t-shirt and my blue Chevrolet. Well, it's Saturday night. What feels like everything's wrong. I got some strawberry wine. I wanna get you alone, get you alone. No one to hear. You might as well scream. Oh, they never woke up from the American dream. And they don't understand what they don't see. And they look through you, and they look past me. Oh, you and I dancing slow, and we got nowhere to go. Down by the muddy water, of the mighty moor, in an old abandoned boxcar, will I alone. Dance with me forever. This moment is divine. I'm so close to heaven. This hell is not mine. This hell is not mine. There's no one to hear. You might as well scream. There's never woke up from the American dream. And they don't understand what they don't see. And they look through you, and they look past me. Oh, you and I dancing so long, and we got nowhere to go. Merci. I sat down on his stool and I played one of my favorite George Benson tunes. Say the neon lights are bright on Broadway. They say there's always magic in the air. But when you're walking down that street, you ain't had enough to eat. The glitter rubs right off and you're nowhere. Say the women treat you fine on Broadway, but looking at them just gives me. 'Cause how you gonna make some time when all you got is one thin dime? One thin dime won't even shine your shoe. They said I won't last very long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus home, that's what everybody says. But they're dead wrong, I know they are, 'cause I can play this here guitar. Let's say I let my sensuality out. Let's say that. Meet me in the back. Don't make me wait too long. I could change my mind. Tell you that is wrong. So meet me in the back where the light don't shine. First show me yours, maybe I'll show you mine. My hands are shaking, my heart is beating fast. Is love worth making when it can never last? Sure. In the back can hear the music pounding through the walls to the beat of dancing. I will give you so we be the best. Cause you're way too long to change. Producer friend of mine that knew the owner and just the head guy of Island Records. His name was Chris Blackwell. Yes, and Chris Blackwell, he was the man who brought Bob Marley to the world. He was the genius who found U2 and had just done so much in music. He was a real pioneer, and here he was. Kind of being lied to where he was going and how far away it was, but he showed up and he had just enough time to hear 4 songs. So after I played 4 songs for him, I went over and spoke to him, and he was just very clear. He looked at me and he said, "I believe that the future of rock and roll has a female face." Yeah. Signed me right then and there to Island Records. I was gonna go on my very first tour with a for real roadie. All right. I was going to make my very first album. I did. I made my first album, and it was the first album I made was up in San Francisco because I didn't really know what to do. He kind of signed me, then he just went away, and I was kind of on my own. So I found this producer, but he was kind of like an '80s producer, and this is 1987, and he made this record where it was like a lot of keyboards and then my little voice up on top. And Chris Blackwell, he told me he hated it. Quote. And I was like, oh, okay. And I said, look, I think I know what you want. You want that girl that you saw in the bar. And I only need 4 days to make the album that I think you want. And so after 4 days, I went in and I made this record that we now know as the first album. I knew once he said, you know, you're gonna go on tour. My first tour was in Europe, and it was for 6 weeks. And I really kind of was sure that my open relationship wasn't going to really survive 6 weeks. So, you know, I mean, when I did it, it was okay, right? But when she did it, oh man. Tonight I feel so weak, but all love is fair. I turn the cheek, and I feel a slap and a sting and a foul night air. No, you're only human, and I haven't got talking room. Tonight while I'm making excuses, some other woman is making love to you. Somebody with me, someone, can't you see I'm burning alive? Can't you see see my baby, and I'm in love. Don't know how I'm ever gonna survive. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see it's out of control? Yeah. Well, it's got my heart, well, it's got my mind. Tonight the sweet devil's got my soul. When will this aching path? When will this night be through? I wanna hear the breaking glass. I wanna feel the steel of the red hot. And I'd do anything to get it out of my mind. I need some insanity, that temporary kind. Tell me how will I ever be the same when I know that I want it. It's calling your name. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see I'm burning alive? Can't you see my baby? I'm in love, and I don't know how I'm gonna survive. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see it's out of control? Yeah. Well, it's got my heart, well, it's got my mind. Tonight the sweet devil's got my soul. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see I'm burning alive? Can't you see my baby? Got it out of love, and I don't know how I'm ever gonna survive. Somebody bring me some water. Can't you see it out of control? Baby's got my heart, baby's got my mind. Tonight the sweet devil's got my soul. Seriously, okay. Is this the way? Is it? How am I going to get in there? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm so not going to do that. No.
Got it.
I didn't get on with the show. I'm serious. No. I'm so sorry, buddy. I really.
This is what I like to do.
Okay, all right. All right, folks. All right, here we go. Let's go to the show. Okay.
Welcome to the 60s.
I need my guitar. I need. My first professional tour, and I had all right. I had just been in Europe and made my way home and getting ready to start my very first American tour. And I had a couple of gigs in a couple of small venues, but the record was starting to take off, you know? It was just starting to happen. And it was 1988. It was time for me to make my first music video. MTV, oh yeah, here it comes. So I rolled into St. Louis one night because we were going to film the video in the club I was playing at, because they didn't really know what to do with me, so they just like, she does this great live thing, we're just going to film that. So I rolled up to the club that night and slept in the bus and got up at 8 a.m. and ready for hair and makeup, and I met the assistant director. She was very powerful, very cool. She was very funny, and she was just with me all day long, and man, we had a great time. She was from Texas, really cool, you know, and powerful, and I don't know, maybe it was the walkie-talkie or something. It was just, you know, something really was happening there. And she was giving me the, you know, it was like, yeah, this is cool, this is fun. And then she started talking about her husband. And whispered in my ear, if I wasn't married, you'd be in trouble. I only was. It was way beyond that. We exchanged phone numbers, and of course, there was that long, slow seduction over the telephone, right? Hours and hours she would talk to me. She was back in LA, but her husband was away in Canada, making a movie. So we just talked and talked and talked, and finally I had this crazy idea. I was like, hey, you want to come visit me on tour? I'm going to be in Europe again. We were headed back to Europe. We were opening for Huey Lewis in the News. And so she said, yeah, she'd come visit me. And I was staying in a little hotel in a vineyard on the shores of Lake Geneva in Switzerland. And, well, you know the rest. You know what happened. Yeah, I did not want to have an affair with a woman. I really did not with a married woman. And so she went back home to LA. I went back home to LA, and you know, she was gonna see if it would work out with her marriage and see what happened. And I was waiting patiently. I was waiting sometimes in my car, sometimes outside her door, outside her house. I know you're home. You left your light on. You know I'm here. The night is thin. I know you're alone. I watch the car leave. Your lover is gone. Let me open your back door. I just need to touch you once more. Oh, I wanna come over. To hell with the consequence. You told me you loved me. That's all I believe. I wanna come over. There's a need I can't explain. To see you again, I wanna come over. I know you're confused. I know that you're shaking. You think we'll be lost once we begin. I know you're weak, but I know that you want me. Lover, don't speak. Let me in. She haunted me. She haunted me. She fit my longing, you know, all that I had right here was like, oh, now. And it was really something when she was leaving me, leaving her, leaving him, leaving her movie star husband for me. That twisted me up like crazy. Oh, well, we moved in together, and we lived up above the Chateau of Marmont in Hollywood. Yeah. To Los Angeles because I wanted to spend as much time with him as I could. And I got to be there when he was in the hospital, and I was looking right in his eyes, and I got to tell him, thank you, Dad, for taking me to all those gigs and for letting me sleep in the back of the car nights when you drive home. And thank you for just making me who I am today. You were the best dad, and you know, you can go now. You can go. And he did. Don't be afraid. Close your eyes. Lay it all down. Don't you cry. Can't you see I'm going? I can see the sunrise. I've been talking to my angel, and he said that it's alright. I'll always have her on. I don't know just why. Desire slowly smoking under a Midwest sky, but there's something waiting out there that says I've gotta try. I've been talking to my angel, and he said that it's alright. Thinks I'm crazy, they just think I'm strange. Sometimes they want me, sometimes they wish I'd change, but I can feel her thunder underneath my feet. I sold my soul for freedom. It's lonely, but it's sweet. Now don't be afraid. Close your eyes. Lay it on down. Don't you cry. Can't you see I'm gone? I can see the sunrise. I've been talking to my angel. He said that it's alright. Husband, but sometimes there was no answer. Yeah. So I'd be in the back of my bus writing songs. Please, baby, can't you see that my mind's burning hell? I got razors are ripping and tearing and stripping my heart apart as well. Tonight you told me that you ache for something new. Summer woman is looking like something that might be good for you. Yeah. Go on and hold her till the screaming is gone. Go on, believe her when she tells you nothing's wrong. I'm the only one who walks across the fire. I'm the only one drowning my desire. Only feeling makes you run. Demons that you're hiding from, when all your promises are gone. I'm the only bundle of yum just looked at me and I was hooked. I got you know, one of those things called a baby Bjorn, you know, and I just put it on my chest and just put her right there when she was little. She'd face in, and I just do this all the time, sing, and she would fit right there, singing. And then as she got older, I'd face her out, and we just went everywhere together. When she finally started walking, I had to take her out. It was so, it was the greatest thing that ever happened to me, and I barely noticed her other mother really getting further away, and again, not being very happy. And a few months later, she approached me and she said, "I'd like to have another child." Okay, because I was crazy about this one. So if this is going to make you happy, and I really thought surely this would make her happy, sure, we'd be able to shine something. Because she was unhappy, and I'm sure my happiness was making her unhappy. I went back into the studio and I recorded some more songs. And this album, these songs were dark and full of doubt. I can't help it. I write what I know, I write what I feel, and that writing is always cathartic to me. We were all wounded in some domestic war. I found you to settle my score. You looked like father, felt like mother, and my mind told my heart there is no other. son was born in November. He was a Scorpio. And I welcomed him. He had beautiful, beautiful brown eyes. He was all fiery. You know, it's kind of amazing how each child is very, very different. They all come in that way. And he was just, he was kind of against the world. But he was born into a lot of uncertainty, a lot of conflict. I went back on tour. I had named my album Breakdown. It's a hint. And, it was 1999, and things were changing. There was a new millennium coming, and it was going to be the year 2000. And the first issue of the Rolling Stone finally had my secret on it, the one that I decided to tell the world, because the paparazzi was crazy back then, and I did not wish for them to come up to my children and say, "Who's your daddy?" So I had to let them know. In the very first edition of the Rolling Stone of the year 2000, we became the face of the new American family. Unfortunately, by September of that year, the relationship was over. I could not anymore make in front of my children, have this conflict and this what I was becoming. It was not okay. So there's so many people willing to suffer, so they get up and suffer every day. They think they were put on this earth to suffer. By God, they're gonna suffer until they suffer their lives away. How come so many are willing to say there's no sense, there is no plan, and they will not believe the ancient mysteries passed down through time into their hands? If my choice is despair or wonder, on the line between truth and belief, do I just let the tide take me under? Do I let the fascination come on, rain all over me? Open your mind. You have been blind. Imagine the answers of questions be all you find. Open your mind. Oh my. Some call it enlightenment. Some call it the head popping. But whatever happened to me that night just changed me. I was hooked up to the source of all living and being and all reality. I thought I was going crazy. For a while there, I heard voices. They were talking to each other. They said, "Should we tell her?" numbers. You know, cancer is third stage 3, 30% chance, you know, and 12 chemotherapy treatments and 30 days of radiation. But my beliefs, everything that I had just been through, and especially my belief now that death, not so bad. Maybe I shouldn't spend my life worrying about dying, because here's the news, it's going to happen to all of us, you know. Maybe I shouldn't worry about the dying so much anymore. Maybe I could just stop. And I did. I went through those chemotherapy treatments for a while. And I turned to my friend Cannabis. And Cannabis Sativa, she got me through. They had given me pills for the pain and for the depression, and then they give me pills for the side effects of those pills. And I was like, how about I smoke some cannabis and it'll give me an appetite and I will eat and I won't have to go into the hospital. It will help me with my depression. It will take the pain away. Yeah, why don't I do that? And the more I did that, the more I understood about my own health. The more I understood that my health is my responsibility. My body will absolutely tell me if I'm trying to kid myself that, oh, it's okay, my happiness, no, it doesn't matter. My body told me that. I went from smoking cannabis, and when it got too hard to smoke after a few chemo treatments, I vaped, and then when that got too hard, I would put it in butter and put it on my potatoes, and I would eat it, and it completely got me through. And I realized that stress was just as much a part of my health as food or any other thing that I always thought would make me healthy. That stress was the biggest killer of them all. And doing this chemotherapy, that was stressing me out. And so, after a while, I realized, after 5 chemotherapy treatments, I believed deep in my soul, and this is my experience, that my body would be better if I stopped. And I did. I did do the radiation, and while I was on radiation, I got a call from my manager who said, the Grammys, they're doing a tribute to Janis Joplin. And they want you to sing. I was like, yes! myself. This was a time for me to understand that to have a healthy relationship, I gotta have a healthy relationship with myself. If I want to see more love in the world, I gotta be more love, you know? Yeah, so I started working that, and I tell you, it works. Because I found the love of my life. I have found and married the most gorgeous, beautiful, smart, intelligent woman that also loved herself. And together we are perfectly matched. Also, not only is she a great stepmom to my children, but her birthday, May 29th, 1961. My mother, she ended up getting dementia, but it was actually a really good thing because she lived the last few years of her life very happy because she'd forgotten all the things that she was so upset about. She was fine. When you walk this path, it is amazing how it lights up right in front of you. The more hope and joy you have, the more it lights up, the more faster you can go into this amazing thing we call life. I celebrated it. I put my arms around it. I realized that life is filled with contrast. The day my son died, I had woke up that morning and taken a shower, and when I stepped out of the shower, I heard my daughter wailing and crying. And I knew what she was going to say. Thoughts, fears, my old friend. What falsehoods have I bought? What stories have I claimed? What shadows on my name? Nothing can bring guilt. There's no truth in shame. So thank you. Here I am again, glancing from a soul, a movement of a hand, whispering made whole, a body understands. The poet must let go. The words fill up my pen, and here I am again. And this song will never end. This song will never end. It will never end. And I will sing, here I am again. Here my window. I've got the numbers just to listen to your breath, and I will stand inside my head, hold the hand of death. You don't know how far I go to ease this precious ache, and you don't know how much I give or how much I can take, just to reach you, just to reach you, oh, reach you. Inside, wait by the light of the moon. Come to my window, I'll be home soon. Keeping my eyes open, I cannot afford to sleep. Giving away promises I know I can't keep. Nothing fills the blackness that is seeped into my chest. I need you in my blood, I am pulsating all the rest. Just to reach you, just to reach you, oh, reach you, oh, come to my window, crawl inside, wait by the light of the moon. Come to my window, I'll be home soon. I don't care what they think, I don't care what they say. What do they know about this love? Come on, let's sing along.